Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Leon, and today we're going to be doing a little something different. This isn't the episode I planned to make, but this is just kind of how things worked out. Last episode I had made a remark that it seemed like my city budget wasn't going up or down regardless of how many houses I built or how many city services I was supposedly paying for. And after playing on my own private city off camera just for fun, I learned a lot about the RICO graphs, which are the residential, industrial, commercial office. The bars down at the bottom of your screen that show demand for different types of zoning. I found that first, you do not need to listen to those graphs. By default, low density residential demand is like through the roof. However, if enough demand is built and property values increase to a high enough level, you can just place down medium or even high density residential, even if there isn't anything on the RICO graph, and it will build. Because the residents are either being priced out of the homes they're already in, or it's new residents just moving in where they can. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that you can just leave that RICO graph for the low density residential. It can be maxed, and you can, for more or less, just ignore it. Obviously, if you want to build a sprawling American style city, you can sprawl out and do a bunch of low density stuff. However, if you're wanting to do a more compact city, that's kind of what you're forced to do at this point. Also, I found out that it was not wise to just across the board raise taxation on all of the residents. I found that in my personal playthrough that lowering uneducated taxes to 7 and poorly educated down to 9 really helped boost up the population and made profitability much simpler. This is for primarily one reason. When citizens move into your town, they have a high probability, from what I can see, of being poorly educated or completely uneducated, which means they are getting the lowest paying jobs. By taking less money from them, they are able to more easily pay for what they need to, and they also take advantage of your city services, slowly becoming educated over time, which gets them access to higher quality jobs. And then, obviously, if your citizens move in and they have kids, those kids will grow up and take advantage of your city services and be better off than their parents. So long term, lowering the taxes on the lower end helps boost revenue in actually relatively short order. To see the effects of that, it really only takes a month or two of game time, which is on the clock, on the game clock, 2 days. So it doesn't take long to see effects for this, but the effects that it has are night and day. I also wanted to discuss the other issue with the other issue that was tangentially related to my remark about my revenue per hour doesn't seem to be going up and down. Turns out that the government subsidy that the game gives you when your budget is off balance is dynamic. It will change up and down. The game doesn't tell this to you. So let's say you're running a $150,000 deficit, and then you build a medical center that has a $100,000 a month cost. Your government subsidy just shoots up unannounced another $100,000, and your revenue per hour in taxes stays more or less the same. So that's super confusing to new players who don't exactly understand how zoning and taxation works in City Skylines. So I think there's some better options to to kind of help players, because I don't think the game should necessarily go into a fail state, but at the current system I have issues with, because it obfuscates a lot of what's going on in your city, and you kind of lose touch of where your city is at financially. In City Skyline 1, we didn't have this government subsidy system. If the game registered that you were in a fail state, it would pop up a message on the screen and say, we are giving you a bailout, and then just throw you a huge chunk of money, and you were just kind of expected to figure it out. I think this government subsidy system could be modified or tweaked to be an educational tool rather than just rewarding bad play or leaving players who are trying to play the game in a realistic way. Gives them a chance to learn from their mistakes and how to do better in the future. So what do I mean? Instead of just giving the player basically unlimited money, which is what these government subsidies are, which creates a system where your city pretty much cannot fail, because it will bring down your negative deficits to such a low amount that at some point, like, your city's going to go positive, negative, but the positives will by far and away weigh out the negative balance. So it doesn't really give a new player who might be trying to learn the game a chance to really learn what they're doing wrong. I propose that, like City Skylines 1, when the game registers a fail state, it will just grab a city service at random and sort of generate a little quest for the player. Like, so for instance, hey, we're going to give you a subsidy to build a fire station because 10 buildings burnt down last month or whatever. So the player's immediate need can be met, but then also give the player a chance to earn like a bonus if they achieve a certain goal. Like, so if we're going with the fire station example, let's say you reduce the number of burning buildings to like under 5 in a 3-month period, you get like another huge sum of cash. So the player is incentivized to learn the systems, learn how to effectively utilize their city services without having access to unlimited money. That said, I think the government subsidy system should remain for those who just like to play City Skylines as a diorama creator. That is a perfectly valid way to play, but there's also, the way the system is set up now, it creates a system where you cannot fail, which kind of alienates the players who want to play it for the city management aspect of the game. So I think just giving us the option would go a long way in helping improve the experience for everybody. The other thing I would suggest is for more advanced players who want a challenge, community or Colossal Order, if we can just like get a mod to disable the government subsidies entirely, and then we just have the City Skyline 1 system where if you're out of money, you're on the hook for a loan. I'm not saying that is the correct or the desirable way to play, but there is a subset of City Skylines players who are playing this game for the simulation and the challenge of managing a city, and giving them that option I think would be a good idea. Anyways, that's all I have for today. In the next video we will be starting a new city. I tried to go back, as you're seeing in the video now, and kind of fix things, but honestly it was too far gone, and I'd essentially be rebuilding the city from scratch. And also, just in my time off camera, I've learned a lot of things about optimal block sizes and just getting better with the different road tools and how to more creatively link together roads and arterial roads and like highways. So next video we'll just be starting new. I never intended this first city that we never even bothered to name. Uh, I never intended that to last very long, but definitely wasn't intending to end it after 3 episodes. But the learning curve on this game kind of shot me into a place where I'm not happy with the way that the city looks and I can do better, so I would like to start over. So, if you'd like to see a new city in the next video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.